Hi, Karl Casgard here at the Bomber Command Museum of Canada, and we've just had a wonderful day here. We're doing all these brand new programs for NAS, Nanton Aviation Station, and with me today, after a wonderful day, is Corrine and Choris, and we are going to be co-hosts on periodic programs on things of interest on Nanton Aviation Station, NAS. And Corrine, you've been here several years, and you know all about the Bomber Command Museum. How do you feel about the importance of the museum here in town?
I think it's a very important part of the town. I actually was born and raised in this town. I grew up here. I've been here since the Bomber was actually outside, before it was even housed in a building. So I've been here for quite a while. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have in town.
Well, that's great, and I'm looking forward to working with you in the near future as we build up these programs. And there's such a variety at Nanton Aviation Station. I'm going to stop saying that and call it NAS, because that's what we should call it. And we've got the Halifax 57 Rescue, which you know is trying to save a Halifax bomber to bring it to the museum here. And we've got POWs, and there's quite a variety there, but what we want to do is educate the children to our history. And I wanted to ask you, when you were raised and came up through high school and grade school, did the government give you, the education system, did they give you much information on what the Canadians did in World War II?
I believe they touched on it briefly, but I don't believe that they went in depth in it enough for the youth today. We should know more about our history and know how we got where we are today and why we live the life that we live now. It's been handed to us on a silver platter, but that's not the way it was.
Yes, and I would agree with that. And I'm 63 years old. I'm one of the last kids to be educated as to what the Canadians did in World War II. So, I've carried that over the years, and the Canadians had a wonderful record in World War II. We had the 4th largest Air Force in the free world. We had the 3rd largest Navy in the free world. And Canada was #1 in all the free world for highest percentage of their population serving in the military. Did you know that, and how do you feel about that now that you know these Canadian firsts?
You know what, I did not know that. It was not explained to me while I was in school, and it's great knowing this because it's something that I really want to pass on to my children. It makes me want to bring them to the museum and learn more about our Canadian history.
So, over the years, Corrine, I've learned some unusual things about Canadians in World War II. And such weird and wonderful things like Canada had the 3rd largest Navy in the free world, the 4th largest Air Force in the free world, and we actually were #1 in all the free world for the highest percentage, not total numbers, highest percentage of their population serving in the military in World War II. So those are things that when you pass on the little stories about those highlights, you can help educate the people. And I believe the kids are our future, so I'd love to educate them.
I love hearing about all these interesting facts. And being in this museum, being surrounded by all these different aircrafts that were part of the wars, in your opinion, is there an aircraft that's more important than the others or played such a big part in the war?
Well, here at the Bomber Command Museum of Canada, one of our stars, our star attraction, is the Lancaster. But I believe there's one airplane that goes above and beyond the popularity of the Lancaster with Canadians, and that is the Handley Page Halifax bomber. As you know, our group is trying to cobble together a bomber from pieces from all over the world. We want to have a Halifax at the Bomber Command Museum of Canada. And at the end of the war, yes, we were using the Lancaster. I understand that. But during the dark days, 1942, 43, and 44, We use the Halifax. So you see, it really is important that we have not only a Lancaster here at our parent museum, but that we have a Halifax. So we're starting that. We're gonna share with you these mini adventures of gathering a Halifax from all over the world to make one for the museum. But I think as we progress through all our programs, people will start to understand as they watch NAS about the Halifax as well as the Lancaster.
Now I understand that Nanton houses is the home of one of a Lancaster, and it's one with 4 running engines, and there are not very many of those around the world. What about the Halifax? Are there any of those around the world?
Well, I would say the Halifax is even more rare than the Lancaster. There's 3 existing in the world. One of them is Halifax NA337 from Trenton, Ontario. And if you viewers want to see that recovery from 750 feet underwater in a lake in Norway, just look at our website and you'll see the Norway adventure of lifting a Halifax out of the deep water. So that's one of them. Our group is actually instrumental in bringing more Halifaxes to existence.
So now, is that featured in the NAS website, the Nanton Aviation Station?
Yes.
I believe this station is actually geared towards educational programs, documentaries, things that have been going on in the museum and around the world, and basically a lot of our history. Correct?
Right, and there's many varied subjects. This is the brainchild of our entertainment whiz, James Blondeau, and for over 20 years he's gathered all these interviews and all these documentaries, and with us as hosts, with the knowledge and the shows that he's got, we believe we're going to have a great program, a great list of entertainment for people to watch, such as hundreds of POW adventures, prisoners of war, guys shot down in combat airplanes, and Jim's got a ton of them.
I think these are all wonderful, wonderful facts. I think what we should actually even let people know is that this website and these programs are actually all run on volunteer time, I believe, and donations from the public, correct?
Right.
So is there a place that they can donate on this website?
Yes, we've set that up, and we're still in the very beginning stages, but we have a special offer where if they'd like to donate to NAS and all of the features within NAS, that they would receive a free video. There, you've got one there. Good, good. And that tells about mini adventures of what we've been doing the past few years, what we are doing right now that's on the front burner for projects, and what we'd like to do in the near future. So these are all things that are on NAS. We've got quite a bit of other things, but it goes all the way from World War I through World War II up to the present and into the future. We're even wanting to zero in on air cadets, their future in aviation, and right up to space travel. So we're running the full gamut of info for our viewers once they come to NAS.
For highlights on our Canadian past in the military and in the wars, give children and adults actually an overview of Canadians' history.
I believe in our history, and we have a glowing history in Canada, but perhaps maybe it hasn't been told to everyone. I think Canadians would be more proud if they knew everything. Like, you know, you've learned things today. I've learned things today here at this special event, and I think that the whole nation is going to learn. I think the whole nation is going to learn from these educational videos and historical videos. So, but I'm looking forward to working with you in the near future, and we have this wonderful NAS station is going to be available to all of you. And we just hope that you'll join us and maybe even take us up on an offer for a video, and a donation would be appreciated, and we will keep the ball rolling and we'll save some Canadian history for you.